Shalom, TikTok, let's talk Torah. So, Havarim, I wanted to tell you guys to be careful. I was in a group last night and I started asking questions and immediately got called out. I think some people have good intentions, but sometimes, in Spanish, te pasas, which means you're taking it too far. I try to treat people's lives like it's their house and to be respectful. But if somebody is saying something demonstrably false, like 2 + 2 is 5, that's when it's time to crack the knuckles, jump in, and say something about it. I mean, think about it. If you know that there is a manhole and somebody can step in that manhole, common sense and decency would tell you to tell that person not to step in the manhole. Why is it not any different with doctrine? Let's jump back to the conversation. It basically entailed that in the New Testament, in Revelation, where Messiah said that I am the Alpha and the Omega, that was pagan because that was Greek. He was actually the Aleph and the Tav, which I can agree with that to an extent, but the New Testament was written in Greek. The earliest gospel that we have is the Gospel of Mark, and yet there are people that contend there was a Gospel of Matthew written in Hebrew. The reason why the New Testament was written in Greek is because it was for Greek-speaking Hebrews. That was what they spoke. You can't write something that they don't read, write, and speak. And then guess where that debate went to? You got to use the name Yeshua. Don't use Jesus. Don't use God. Don't use Dios. Not gonna lie, I felt pretty special at this point. I got called out for being a Unitarian because one of the people had seen my videos beforehand. I'm going international, baby! Woohoo! I pretty much get along with everybody until you ruffle my feathers. What ruffles mine is whenever you think you can control people's thoughts, ideas, and emotions. You gotta believe the same way our group does that you're not gonna make it. You remember the Messiah said that those who don't teach and do the commandments will be called least in the kingdom? So you may have Sister Sue, that person that you could not stand in church, be right next to you in the pearly gates. I don't really believe in the pearly gates. I'm just being facetious and making a point, and I hope you understand that. My point is, be careful with the Hebrew roots groups. Even with Messianic Judaism, you've got people that just think the rabbis are the greatest things since sliced bread. They mess up too. If somebody starts telling you it has to be done this way and it can't be done any other way, because if it's not correct, I hope your spidey senses are going off at that. Here's one other last thing. Don't put all your eggs in one basket with one teacher. I've noticed people get enamored with groups like 119 Ministries or such and such rabbi. Don't do that. And I'm not calling them out exactly. I'm just saying that they have some good stuff. I've used them for years as well. The point is that you need a toolbox to be able to take from so that way you can see if something is true or false. The main thing you should take it from is from Scripture. I mean, technically, isn't that what Paul said? Study the Word to show yourself approved. So on this beautiful day that Adonai has made, I will rejoice and be glad in it. Shalom, Hevarim. I love you. Have a great weekend.